Jesus Christ. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's video. 10 things that shock tourists about Canada. Hope you guys are doing good today. I accidentally hit play and scared the shit out of myself, but here we go.
Travelers, Mark here with Walter's World, and today we're in Vancouver, British Columbia, here on the west coast of Canada. And today what we have...
This is Canada. For some reason in my head, I never thought of Canada and beaches. In my head, Canada doesn't have beaches, but I was wrong.
You are the 10 things that shock tourists when they come here to beautiful Canada. And the thing is, before I get started my top 10, I want you to know, shock number 0, something you should know. Canada is not a frozen wasteland all year round.
Okay.
I know a lot of people have this impression that it's polar bears and snow everywhere in Canada.
That's me.
Here in Vancouver, it hardly ever snows, okay? And the rest of the country, it's not snowing cold all year round. Look, shorts. T-shirt.
Man's got the shorts on.
So that's one thing I want to get out of the way before we even get started, all right?
Okay.
Now, let's get started with the actual shocks when you do come here. The first thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Canada is how friendly and kind and helpful the Canadian people are. I know you have all
these... This is one I always thought I kind of knew. Because I feel like Canadians have always got that, you know, stereotype where they're all nice and kind and friendly. And this is not really a shock. I feel like I knew this one, but it's good to hear.
Jokes about everybody's there, buddy. But honestly, I've come to Canada multiple times. It's actually the first foreign country I ever went to. And the people, since I was 8 years old till now, have always been fantastic. When I've met Canadians, when I've traveled and other places around the world, the people are super nice. And you're shocked that, man, it's not a show. They really are super friendly and super helpful and super nice. And yes, they do say sorry a lot. But the thing is they are super kind, and that's one thing that shocks people. It's like, wow, they really are as nice as people say they are. Yes, they are. Yes, of course, there's some jerks, but there's jerks everywhere. But in general, you'll be shocked how nice and helpful they are. So if you have any problems,
nice to hear.
You don't know the direction you should go, you don't know where you should eat, which beer is the best beer to have, make sure you ask a local. They'll definitely help you out. Now, the second thing that shocks tourists when they come here is, you know, you have these nice people and they actually give nice service. But the thing is, the second shock is that the prices that those nice people tell you are never the end price that you actually pay. Look,
the prices listed is never the final price. Tipping and added taxes. Well, that's the same as the US then, right? They don't, whatever you lift off a shelf, it'll say the price on the shelf that's not actually what you pay at the till. Because the taxes and tipping hasn't been... Wait, what do you mean tipping? You don't got to tip something in a store that you go out and buy a Red Bull in, though, do you? Surely not. Here
in Canada, you'll be shocked that there's sales tax and tipping when you come here. So the price is never what you actually pay.
Sales tax is $7. So 62, that's basically 60. Okay, so this add up. So there's no tipping on this. I'm assuming this must be out of the store or something. Okay.
And the thing is, the sales tax they have here in Canada is different by provinces, okay? So you might have what's called, you'll see GST, okay? Goods and services tax, 5% here in Vancouver. Or if you're in Ontario,
15.
You might see HST, you know, harmonized sales tax. And over on the east, it could be, you know, 13 to 15% added onto your bill. So you'll have your price. And over on the east, it could be...
That's actually insane. Some are 5% and then some are fucking... nearly 15%.
13 to 15% added onto your bill. So you'll have your price, you'll go to pay, and then that'll be added on the end. So don't think that one loony thing you're buying is going to be one loony. You might have another 5 cents put on top of it, okay? So do have a heads up for that one. And that kind of shocks people. Another thing that shocks them is that when you go out to eat, you do have to tip. And just like other places, like in the US, it's 15 to 20% that you tip on top of your food bill. Okay, so just remember, you have your money to pay, always have at least another 15% just to be sure to cover those prices, okay? So that's one thing you should know. But what's cool about it... I did
not know that. Whenever you hear the whole tipping culture, you immediately think of the USA. I never thought that was the same in Canada. Did not have a clue.
When you do go out to eat here with friends, they split the bill really easily, which shocked me because my cheap friends can't pawn stuff off on me. So that's really cool, okay? Because it's already split up. No, dude, that was yours. So you have that. Now, the third thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Canada is how huge Canada is. I mean, it's one of the largest countries by size in the entire world.
She's a biggie.
You know, when you look at the map, you're like, it's huge. Like, oh, that's just the map skewing the size. No, even if you put it on a globe, the country is huge, okay? And so when you talk, and I've talked to travelers that are coming here, they're like, oh, I'm gonna fly in Toronto, then I'll go over to Quebec City, and then we'll go to Vancouver. I'm like,
no, you're not.
That's it, it's really huge. I hope you're gonna fly. Look, if you get a chance, you know, WestJet's really nice. Air Canada, I've always had a good time with them.
Toronto to Vancouver is 4,500 kilometers. Jesus. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. How wide in km is Ireland? Ireland is 275 kilometers wide. And to get from Toronto to Vancouver, it's 4,500. So you could fit 16 Irelands into the distance between Toronto and Vancouver.
No problem. One, make sure you use those flights to go places because the drives are insanely long. Okay. Also, that insanely long. Sometimes you see funny things like we drove from Prince Edward Island to Toronto, so we didn't use our own advice, but we stopped along the way, and we noticed that the moose signs, as you got closer to Prince Edward Island, PEI, the moose got bigger and bigger. So I'm kind of scared for the moose. Whatever they're eating in PEI must be pretty fortified. Okay. I'm kind of.
That can't be the real height. What is it? A fucking giraffe? This is a scaled car. Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. Between 5 and 6 feet. Moose usually have a length ranging from 7 to 10 feet. You can boost an average height of 6.5 to 7 feet at the shoulder. I'm sorry, an Alaskan moose can be 10 feet. That is absolutely mental. I did not know those animals were that big. Jesus.
For the moose, whatever they're eating in PEI must be pretty fortified.
They're not paying a fucking tip.
But honestly, the country is huge, and make sure you plan accordingly. So maybe what you do is you plan regions. Like, hey, I'm going to do the West Coast, so I'll do Vancouver and Victoria and stay around here. Maybe go over to Calgary. You know, it's still kind of far, but, you know, Banff and stuff like that. Kind of put those together. And then do, like, a Quebec City, Montreal, Ottawa,
I like the look of this place. This
Focus
place
on
looks
those
nice.
areas, because otherwise you're going to be spending so much time in the car going places that kind of takes away from your trip. Okay?
Oh, it looks
now, the fourth
so
thing
cool.
that shocks people when they come to Canada is how beautiful Canada is. I mean, the natural beauty of Canada. Whether you're going to Whistler or you're going to Banff around here, or the mountains just there, or
going
out
on the first video I done in Canada, it kind of took me around like the mountain ranges and stuff, and mind blown. Literally mind blown. Like I always compare it to where I'm from, right? As whatever everybody, you compare to what you know, right? So I'm comparing Canada to what I know, and that's where I'm from, and it's Ireland, and it's a shithole. So. Yeah.
Bill watching
I'm
here
easily
in Vancouver,
impressed,
or
man.
Like, well, maybe I don't like the West Coast. Oh, then go to PEI and have the red beaches there and go there and see the views from there on the islands there, or go check out Niagara Falls, or go to the dozens and dozens of national parks. And
where the hell is this boat going? Does this just sit here? Please don't tell me it goes into this mist.
And the provincial parks and all the beauty and beautiful nature that's around Canada, because that's honestly, for me, the number one reason to come to Canada is the nature. It is gorgeous. So wherever you're going to go,
I gotta go to Niagara Falls,
make sure
man.
you pack a pair of hiking boots or a pair of hiking shoes so you can walk out and take a hike, okay? Whether you're here in Vancouver or you're going, Toronto's a little bit tough, but you can get to a provincial park relatively close to Toronto and check things out, because that natural beauty here, I mean, you just sit there and take picture after picture after picture. I remember I was going through the lakes and the little islands along the U.S.-Canada border. I'm just like, snap, snap, snap. I'm like, why do I keep taking pictures of the same kind of stuff? Because it is so beautiful. Now, the fifth thing that shocks tourists when they come here is how much the Canadians really love hockey. I mean, really love hockey.
I know, bro.
I know we're passionate about sports in the U.S. and they're passionate about sports in Europe and stuff like that, but hockey isn't just a sport here. It's a way of life. Okay, it's the de facto ad for every single product sold. If you watch TV, you will find some. You will find some. It's the de facto.
That is a fucking sick mask. Oh my god, man. Mike Palmatier, 1977. I miss the hockey, man. I need to get back into hockey, bro. Oh, I used to play it over on Twitch where I stream. If you guys are interested in joining the community I got on there, check out the pinned comment.
I
want to play
every
NHL
single
again.
Product sold. If you watch TV, you will find some channel that's talking about hockey, whether it's in season or out of season. And you can watch games. If you get a chance to go to a hockey game here in Canada, in one of the big cities, or go in one of the more minor leagues, check it out. It's a fun thing to do. But what's crazy for me is whenever I watch TV,
that's a really cool building. Look at this building. Was this building built specifically for this Hockey Hall of Fame? Because it looks like it might have been something else before that.
Like that. The typical commercial I see in Canada, it's a mom picking up her kids or dropping her kids off at hockey practice. Or she's talking to her friends at hockey practice. That's how it is, whether you're talking about medicine, tissues,
what does the
cars.
dinosaur say?
It's always mom and hockey practice. I mean, that's how much it is a part of the culture here. So when you do come, you're looking for a fun thing to take home with, grab yourself a Canucks hat or get yourself a Maple Leaf jersey. Or actually, for me, I think actually the Winnipeg Jets have the coolest hat. But for me, the Nordiques, you're right there. You may be gone, but you're still right there.
The Nordiques are gone?
Just so you know. Hockey
Quebec Nordiques
is
are the true
really Canada.
1986
That's what's gonna
Stanley Cup
shock you.
champions.
And following on with that hockey kind of stereotype thing is the maple syrup type stereotype thing. And that is the sixth thing is how much maple syrup really is in almost everything here. Now, not everything, but you'll be surprised how many maple syrup infused, flavored, put into, covered in.
You can get maple syrup alcohol. I can put maple syrup into whiskey. What? I mean, I'm definitely going to have to try maple syrup and whiskey. I can't lie, man.
Dishes and treats and snacks and mints and things they have here in Canada. I mean, it's all over the place. My son loved the maple mints. I'm like, maple syrup? Yeah, I can put that on. Sure, I had one. They called the French Canadian pizza. They put maple syrup on it too with bacon and stuff. I'm like, that was really good. But seriously, the maple syrup thing is next level here. So for a tourist, get some maple syrup to take home. You will appreciate it because, oh my God, it is so good up here. But it really is a real thing. Like, it's not just a joke. It's shocking how much maple syrup is up here in Canada. Now, the seventh thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Canada is français. Yes, French. Yes. If you're going into Quebec, you need to know a little French, okay? Now, people speak English there, no big deal. But you'll see everything's in French there.
What do you mean you might need to? Surely everyone speaks English in Canada. No?
In the menus, it's like French is this size font and then English is this size font, okay?
What?
You will see that. And the thing, though, is though there is French and it is an official language of Canada, the actual shocking part is once you get out of Quebec and, like, the provinces right on Quebec's edges, you actually don't hear French very much at all. Here in Vancouver, I think the only people we've heard speaking French are tourists from France and tourists from Quebec.
Need to try it.
So a lot of people, like in the U.S., were taught, oh, it's English and French, and everyone speaks English, and everybody speaks French like equally fluently. It's not that way. Just in Quebec. Okay. Just in Quebec, French. All right.
That's
outside
mental.
that, don't worry about it. Now, the eighth thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Canada,
that's a bit shocking.
And one thing I love about it is how safe you feel when you do come to Canada. Look, the country is huge, so there's times that you're alone. I mean, how many people have walked behind me on this beach in a city of 3 million people almost?
This is one of the things I always hear about Canada, that the crime rate is like really low.
Nobody. Okay, I think there's one guy that went by. You can have these empty spaces, you can be alone or you can be in a city and you feel safe. It's one of the best things about coming to Canada is this safety. Low crime rates, all kinds of stuff like that. It's great. And as a traveler, travel with your kids and stuff like that, it is an amazing feeling. Now, having said that, obviously there's certain parts of town, like there's parts of Vancouver you don't go to, in Toronto you don't go to. You know, but in general, just common travel sense for safety, you're gonna be fine. And it's so great to relax and be able to put my bag over there and film and stuff like that. It's awesome. I think the only safety things you need to worry about is maybe, if you're gonna be going in the national parks and stuff like that.
I tell you, I thought that was a real bear. I was like, what is this fucking child doing, man?
The bears, you don't feed the bears. Don't feed the wildlife, okay? That's your probably most dangerous things, okay? Because bears, they like people. A lot. No. You'll see T-shirts with it, all right? So just have a heads up for that one. Now, the ninth thing that's going to shock you when you come here is that you're going to make a best friend. Yes, and your best friend, his name is Tim Horton.
Oh, look, Timothy.
If you're not sure, Tim Hortons is a restaurant chain. It's like a coffee shop. It's like Dunkin' Donuts and a Subway and a Starbucks kind of mixed together with a big dose of Canada. Like super nice people. The donuts are really good, okay? And like the Timbits, little tiny ones, pick some of those up. But you'll be shocked how Tim Hortons becomes one of your friends. Because think about it. Tim Hortons is there when you need him.
Yeah.
Right, just like your friends are. Oh, I need some breakfast. Oh, there's a Tim Hortons across the street. Oh, we're on a highway, man. I wish someone could give me a chance to take a break from driving. Oh, there's Tim Hortons over there.
Hurry up and roll a promo for Tim Hortons, Walter.
But also, Tim Hortons is there when you don't want him there, when you're in your bad mood.
Walter for 10% off at your checkout. Come on.
Oh, I need some coffee. Tim Hortons is there for you in the morning. I mean, it's funny how they're all over the place, okay? And the thing is, the people are nice, the food's good, the donuts are the best for me. And it's all over the place. So if you're a tourist, and especially if you have to pay for breakfast at your hotel, don't. Just go to the Tim Hortons. Believe me, there's one down the street. Just go out your hotel, take a right.
What is this building? Holy.
Be right there, okay? You'll see them. And that's what's so shocking about it. I was like, wow, until you come to Canada, you don't realize how Tim Hortons and how a restaurant chain can become your friend, all right? And the 10th thing that shocks tourists when they come here to Canada are all the Canadianisms. Look, all those fun things you hear about Canada, sometimes it really does happen. Yes, the maple syrup addiction and the hockey addiction, yes, I talked about that. But yes, their flag, they're very proud. You come here, wow, you love your country. Why shouldn't they? The place is gorgeous, and you'll see the flags flying and stuff like that. When you
Dude,
have
we can
some of
get
the
that
treats,
ram from,
beaver
man. You
tails,
probably
oh my
get
god, it's
shot.
like fried dough with some cinnamon sugar on top. It's amazing. You're in Ottawa, grab some, or anywhere if you can, get them. Or for me,
You wear your flag in the wrong part of Northern Ireland or Ireland, you probably get shot, man. I ain't gonna lie.
the life-changing event of coming to Canada is having
We got some
poutine,
psychos here, bro.
which is French fries and cheese curds with gravy on top. And if you can get it with the pulled pork on there too,
I don't
oh my
even
God.
know what that is, but I want it, man. I know it's poutine, but is that a banana? What is that? Or a cheese curd or something like that?
Life-changing. Yeah, having some smoked meat. Yes, yes. Have that salmon
What
candy.
is
Have that
that?
copa. Have those things out there. Their meat is so good here, whether it's a sandwich or just eating it and with your friends and stuff like that. Yes, they do have the ketchup chips, and yes, they do have the milk in the bags, like we were talking about. There's so
Milk
many
in the
great little
bag.
Canadian things. Yes, you'll hear them say sorry a lot, like I talked about before, and occasionally you will hear them say, "Eh," you know what I'm talking about, eh? You will hear that not as much as you used to, sadly, but it still shows up. And that's what's so cool about it, is you get to have this great time.
Oh, is that a thing that's going on? The whole Canadian lingo? How's it going, I don't feel like I've got it locked down. How's it going, I'm putting too much on the end of it. How's it going, How's it going, fuck off. Yeah, is that one of the things that's going out of the whole Canadian lingo? The at the end of saying stuff? Is that like one of those, kind of generational progress type things? That's kind of sad. I hate that. I hate when stuff like that happens, man.
Bring a good spirit to go along with it. So do have a great time when you are here in Canada. I will not be shocked if you do, because the people are nice. You got some cool food. You got some amazing nature. And just an overall great time. So, if you like this video, we really do appreciate your like, subscription. So
good
click that
video,
like
man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like Canada might have to go on the list of places where I want to go, man. After the first three videos I've done on Canada, it just kind of opens my eyes to like, Jesus, this is a nice looking place. But either way, thank you for watching, ladies and gents. I appreciate it. Goodbye.